Good evening, sirs and ma'ams. Outside of our planet here, T2044, who can access this recording. I'm the Formalization Admiral and Chancellor here, Akilan Takatani. There is some logic which I have gathered through communicating with other people who are government personnel, I am believing, and administration of other nations on level 2, getting down to uh, concepts about our current situation. If you are thinking as an independent nation, you would like to see leagues uh, handle their situations firstly. They have all officially dissolved and cannot operate. Being identified by their league nation name still, in terms of who is getting actualized as far as planets and them conducting activities that I am aware of because they are coming down here. Through my own gaming situation, games involving leagues, it increasing the number of planets actualizing currently, and we are getting close to 300 now. I'm hearing around 280. Thinking of league nations which need to move forward with reformalization if they were to be making progress. Uh, the idea that because they are of nations of leagues, that there is the idea that leagues tend to go casings and that their situations need to be handled first before independent nations can think of actualizing and getting down to their own situations in terms of resources. But what I heard is half of the independent planets out there are actually uh, needing of reformalization, meaning that half of it is also positive, and if communication activities walled were conducted uh, within themselves currently, saying that they're positive already, right? We're saying that the majority of the universe is independent nations, but half of them are positive. If they were to communicate and ignore the idea that we are still thinking that it is a negative cycle, if you were to ignore any ideas also of we don't want to face opposition or ourselves having to deal with security issues, there are no enforcement activities being conducted on the aggregate, and then you say maybe we are tired of that kind of work. From the standpoint of your government, it is your own decision as a nation to contribute to aggregate activities, but uh, we want to be thinking that in terms of numbers of positive independent nations, if there was the interconnectivity established through communication with each other, maps uh, within those nations with government personnel who want to conduct enforcement activities, it would be completely feasible to enforce on the current aggregate situation. To do what? Their reformalizations, maybe. Whether or not to collect this planet here. If you're saying it's connected to the aggregate, would you like to solve an aggregate situation in order for it to move forward positively? Then you look to my own situation here at this residence. But it's the only thing keep like making persuading nations to actualize currently and then go back to casing activities is what they're all doing with my situation being as I am detailing in recent videos. Sure, the logic that if the situation goes forward longer towards our own breaking point, it may get to a point where it reaches the concern of positive independent nations out there, and they would like to uh, establish interconnectivity by finding each other and making lists of nations which can be trusted to collaborate on positive only activities involving reformalizations. If it were to go in that direction, in terms of planets participating, then we can get collected if they want to work on reformalizations. If they want to work on an aggregate situation, either way you look at it, them conducting their activities by allowing them to decimate or watching them turn their situation around on their own as a nation with its government. It would be reformalization of their own accord, but do we think that that is going to happen with the current situation? What needs to happen is planets which are monitoring the situation, looking at their data, doing research, communicating with people, trying to find other nations which are positive only and would like to conduct whatever activities they are interested in terms of the aggregate situation. If it were to be of their own situation, that could also be done. Just some logic to put out that has been coming to me, and I've been thinking about over the past couple minutes, and may be useful in order to get some positive movement going in terms of interconnectivity with positive nations.